Darlings, I'm inside the Mount Rushmore Museum, which is very, very reminiscent of the Dearborn Henry Ford Museum, isn't it? These are models of the scale models of how Borglum planned the mathematics of carving. You can see photographs here, plaster casts, plumb bobs, how they actually they numbered the regions of the statue, and they hung they cantilevered the workers off the ends called pointers, who then dropped plumb bobs and numbered, and through mathematics figured out how much of the granite would be dynamited away. 90% of Mount Rushmore was carved with dynamite. Only the final surface was really carved by chisel and jackhammers. The jackhammers were mostly used to set the charges inside the granite, and you can see photographs here of how they use these different things. The whole thing is so extraordinary. You can't get over it. Here's the pointing, the whole article on pointing, and
could be rotated to any degree.
Listen to this.
A weighted plumb line extended down from the bar to the surface of the model. The protractor
Watch this.
angle,
Look.
as well as the position and length of the plumb line, were all recorded.
Recorded and then multiplied by
On top of
12.
the memorial, the measurements were multiplied times 12.
Isn't that
Each
extraordinary?
model for every foot on the mountain.
Just extraordinary. I could spend hours. Look at, here's one of their jackhammers, and here's another one. Look, the wonderful old jackhammers. Look at the graphing they did on George Washington's nose. Here's the plungers for the dynamite charges. It's just, and this is the final step. They would drill enough holes in the granite that it would be fragile enough to then chisel off by hand, and then they would do the final finishing, where they made the surface of the granite as smooth as a sidewalk. So if you go up to the statues themselves and you would run your hand over Lincoln's nose, it would be as smooth as a freshly poured sidewalk, but in granite. I could spend hours here, looking at all of this. There's the baseball team of the workers that were here, and they were a regional baseball team that was great. Look at this topographical map. Isn't that great? This is an exact topographical map of the region, the way it's been done. And there's a theater here, an amphitheater, where Tom Brokaw narrates the movie that goes with the whole exhibition. And there's room after room after room, dedications and the meaning of Mount Rushmore. Here's a timeline of how it went from one year to the other, how they had to rush in 1941 because they knew all the funding was going to fall off for the war when the war was coming. They knew that was going to ruin the whole process, so they knew they had to finish. They started in 1927 and they had to finish by 1941. I'm telling you, this is there's a bookstore. I think all the national parks are fascinating, but this one has a special meaning to it. And there's so much in this area to see. So many different towns. There's Deadwood and Hill City. It's quite exciting. Oh, here's a comparison of Mount Rushmore to the pyramids, to the St. Louis Gateway. Oh, it's very impressive. That is very impressive. The Colossus of Rhodes. Mummy was there during its dedication. All right, and there's absolutely no truth to the rumor that Mummy resembles the Sphinx of Giza. My nose was never like that. All right, anyway, darlings, I'm going to head back. I've had a wonderful time here at Mount Rushmore. I would have shown you more. I know that my little filmettes, my tourettes, were kind of wordy at times, but I wanted to bring you here, and I want you to see how pretty it is. It's definitely, look at the birds that are in this region. It's definitely a place to visit, and I hope that all of you will make an attempt to come to this part of the country and just see everything here. It's truly where you realize how beautiful America is. Its natural resources and its worthiness. No wonder people come from all over the world to see this country and to see all parts of this country. Alrighty, darlings, Mummy's got a long trek back to Rapid City, so I'm going to call a car, and I will talk to you back in Rapid City. All right. Have a good afternoon.